Okay, let's share my screen again. Um, so can you see the website, the Data Science for the Public Good website now? Okay, awesome. So this is our website. Anyone can go to it. Hopefully you've seen it before. It's dspg.iastate.edu. And right as you get in, it says we are soliciting proposals, and you can click this button and apply here. And this will take you right to the application page. You can also, how to apply, go to the communities. There's a brief description. This was the Zoom link for this. This will be replaced after today with this actual recording that people can watch the recording of what to do, and you can click to apply here again. And when you click on the application, it pulls this application up right here, the project proposal application. And we'll just go through and fill it out. And so I've already shared with you the Marshalltown experience, and I just plugged it in what I would see so you can see the scope. You know, almost every question is 250 words or less. So it's what is your name, your email, your phone number. This is all my information. Feel free to email me whenever you'd like. And my city and county is Marshalltown and Marshalltown County, Iowa. And what pressing issue does your local area have? And this is really the information we started from. So what I'm sharing with you is kind of the conceptualization as we saw it at the beginning of that project. So Marshalltown Municipal Transit is experiencing low public transit ridership. Convenience of public transit is diminished. This is all being said very nicely. When we talk to people in person, they just said, everyone hates our transit system and we need to figure out a way to fix it. Ridership is going down. It had fallen several years in a row. People are really unhappy. We need to act now. And you could write it like that. You don't have to use fancy language. If a project to help solve the issue is developed, how would your area benefit? So we want to know, would there be a benefit to this project? And so they said, yeah, we would like, or we said, in pretending to be them, that they would be interested in working with us to create a new transit plan that takes into account these needs, and an updated transit plan would help us and it would improve our city's access to public transportation. I am sharing this example to say that really was a hope that we would create a transit plan. And we had to go back to them and say, no, we're not creating a transit plan. Those cost like $1 million. We are giving you a smaller scale. We're going to help you figure out bus routes. Is that what you, I mean, after a discussion, great, we'll help figure out bus routes, but it's not going to be this global, big, huge plan. So that's part of our job, is you might apply and have this really great idea, and we'll help make sure that that scale gets right as it goes through this process. So even though you apply, that's not the last time you'll see from us or hear from us. We'll start this iterative conversation with you. So who are the local leaders? 3 leaders were identified, Jessica and Michelle. And then I have Kevin's name. Now, Kevin wasn't the first person. The person we worked with prior in his same role passed away, and then he came on. But we had 3 contacts that we started working with in the city right away. And then what kind of data? And this is where I mentioned before, don't freak out when you see this question. It doesn't mean that you have to have all of the answers. So you might say something like, the city has data about bus routes and stops, but that information has not been updated, and it may only be in PDF format. This was what we found when we went through this process with them. So I am not saying like, I have this data element and it has these 18 variables inside. That's not what we're talking about here. But just an idea that whoever you're working with in the community has like a rough idea that there is something that we can start from. And then we will help to narrow that down more and more. And then this is one of the most important points, that the project should address some element of the public good. That if we're investing all these time and resources, that the public will benefit. So how does the project relate to public good, rural prosperity, or economic mobility? We say the project will support Marshalltown's economic mobility by providing city officials with an updated transit information. It will give, it can identify communities and services for people that lack access. You know, this is good for vulnerable populations, which is what really did happen here. And it can just improve accessibility to healthcare services and local businesses. It helps get people to jobs. It helps get people to the doctor. It's what we need to do as a community. It's in the public good. So that is a sufficient enough answer. And then all you do is hit submit, and it has my name, Chris's name, or Sean's name, and you can email any of us to ask us questions as you go through this. So we've tried to make this not a difficult process, but one that you can just really, you know, what you need to do that's critical is you need to find those community leaders who are willing to engage with you in the process, talk to them and ask them about data if you haven't had this conversation. Like Shelley, in your example, it sounds like you already know a little bit about that. You could put that in here. And then just think about who and how will it benefit your community. And that's it. Then we'll be in touch with you and we will try and talk with you about what you think and need. So let me pause and ask for any remaining questions. And I know we're like at the witching hour and people need to sign off soon. So let me open it up for questions for just a minute. Nothing? Does it look straightforward? Simpler than you had hoped? Hopefully? Okay. I'm going to take non-responses. This is the best proposal application you've ever seen. You're super excited to engage in the proposal. No. Okay. Thank you for at least laughing. I appreciate that. Well, that's all I have for you. Is I wanted to show you this. If you would like to set up a time and chat about what your idea is for a community, I would be happy to. We can even do it in just like a quick 10 or 15-minute call. It doesn't have to be a big ordeal, but just to think about your fit. Or feel free to apply, and then we can contact you with any questions that we might have afterwards. But we really hope that you apply. We really hope that you bring your communities into this project and that you are willing to champion them. And we will support you in every way that we can to keep that relationship strong, to be committed to that community, and also to provide them with meaningful information that they can use to help make change. So thank you very much for being here. We really appreciate it, and we hope that you participate in our program this summer. All right, bye everybody. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Cass. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
See ya.